Okay, please do not swear. Yeah, well, you can if you want.
As if.
But we're all polite people here. So welcome to AI, the cool stuff. It's a peppercorn networking meeting, and we talk about AI stuff that's happened in the last week and new stuff and or anything else really that anybody wants to bring up or show or talk about. So as usual, we're just going to quickly go around the room. If you can just tell us briefly what it is you do and what your yeah and how you use AI. So Shirley, you were first here.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shirley. I work in health and wellness. What do I do? Somebody says, I don't sell products, you sell solutions. So I help people find the solutions to their challenges, whether it be health or whether it be finance. But I predominantly work with women who are looking to change their lifestyle. My AI, still a work in progress where the AI is concerned.
Yeah, that's right. I think we're all a work in progress, or just different use it in different ways, you know. So Corinda, tell us roughly what quickly what you do.
I am Harry and I'm Corinda and like when you podcasting and webinar and also I use AI on my phone, on my laptop, I use the iPhone AI, I use the Google Gemini or there's another one called NSG AI
Right.
for images.
Okay. Yeah. I know that one. It's a Chinese one, of course. Okay. Thank you very much, Steffi.
Hi everyone, Steffi Lewis, 32-year veteran web developer. Been turning coffee into code since 1993, then spilling it all over my keyboard, which is why I'm sitting at my laptop on my sofa today, awaiting the new keyboard. I use AI all day, every day. In fact, everything about Splog is AI driven through the APIs. And if OpenAI goes down, I can't do any work. It's that integrated. And I may be doing some coding this afternoon or this weekend. I may not. I might just take the entire weekend off and do some housework instead.
Steady.
Yeah.
But I bought a new strimmer and I've got to go and strim the garden. So
we get a man who comes around and does that for us.
Yeah, it was cheaper for me to buy my own strimmer. So I bought a Ryobi one, which is battery powered. And I went out and trimmed my patio last weekend, and it was so satisfying to have a clean patio. I was just like, oh, so happy. So I'm going to go and do some more in the garden this weekend.
Excellent.
Well, I had a hip operation 7 years ago, and we temporarily got in a guy to cut the lawn. I was laid up, and it didn't seem fair to get rid of him, because he makes his money by. I mean, it's a bit like when people go to Wix, you think, for God's sake, what's the matter with you, man? Well, you get somebody to do it properly for you, So I think, well, why should I deny this man his passion, his expertise, not to say his wages, to cut me out of class? So it's a sacrifice. Jane.
Hi everyone, Jane Chakravorty. The company is Invicta Linux. We provide IT solutions for small and medium-sized businesses with a strong focus on security, reliability, and all the good things that brings. And AI, I've so many tools around now, isn't there? It's difficult to. I'm still too mean to have actually subscribed to one specifically because they're all pretty good. It's amazing. They all have strengths and weaknesses, and more you find you're running certain letters or whatever you're doing through a particular model and then finding it's better in another one or whatever. Found another one the other day. Well, actually, it was last night. I don't know if anyone ever listens to a podcast called Money for the Masses, but they've done a money-focused AI called DAR Money. And I've only had a chance to sort of run it, but just asking standard questions like what's the best interest rate, stuff like that. But it seems pretty good. Anyway, there you go. I suppose they're all going to become more specialized in different fields, and it's got like Claude with coding. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Thank you.
Wait, what? What money? You saying something about money? What money?
It's called DAR Money, DAMONEY.ai.
Well, and you want to put that in the chat? I would like to know about
I
that.
would.
Yeah.
Where's my keyboard?
Any sort of money, all money's good. You're on mute.
Oops. Oh, there we are. We're off mute now. It's my keyboard as well. It's not just you, Steffi. It's unresponsive. Jazz Greer, based in Derby, working with small businesses pre-start all the way through to growth. AI I'm using mainly for content management and also diary management, which is extremely helpful. And I'm going to be running in November, start to run introductions to AI for small businesses. Biggest challenge small businesses have is they don't have systems and processes. So it's guiding them through the different options they have that helps them with content, PowerPoint, time management, etc., while they build up their systems.
Okay, thanks, Jess. Andy.
Yeah, Andy, Web Success Insights help companies get more from their websites. Recently, AI usage on my lovely keyboard that is working perfectly with no coffee in it. Yeah, at least I've got two fingers. Is Gemini Deep Research. Deep research on Gemini for certain things is amazing. You just go to, it's worth the wait of it doing stuff to analyze it properly. So that's my go-to at the moment.
Brilliant. Jamie.
Hi guys, I'm Jamie. I'm with a company called Gala Technology, payment solutions company, based down in South Yorkshire. So I use AI generally for more of my social posts for LinkedIn, etc. So I'm always keen about joining these ones just to see cool new ways where I can incorporate AI into the business.
Okay, brilliant. And I'm David Harris. I've also, this is my second keyboard in 20 years. The one I had 20 years ago was like an ergonomic keyboard, one of those Windows sort of.
Oh, they were horrible.
These, and I really got used to it. And when it stopped working, it was a bit of a bastard. But now I've had a Logitech one for about 5 years, and it come with me over various computers because whichever one they gave me, like I think the Mac, because I've got a Mac, I think the Mac one's crap. So it's very portable and very thin and very light, but it's not much good if you've got fat fingers and things. So so that's me. But apart from doing this, I'm a WordPress guy. I do other things apart from WordPress actually now. But I create websites. I look after websites. I fix them when they go bad, and I help people get seen. Hopefully, not to the extent that Andy does, but I just do I try and do the best practice, and then if you want proper SEO, then you go and see other people that may be in this room. So there's so what's happening this week? So it's a couple of things that caught my eye was Fiverr. I don't know if anyone's ever used Fiverr. I used to use it quite a lot before AI came along. And kind of took away all the things that I used to use Fiverr for, and they've fired 30% of their humans to become AI first, apparently. So they've only got they had about 700 people working for them, and they've fired 250 of them. So there's so that the companies needs to be leaner and faster. I guess that means they're losing
Lots of money.
Work, because all those Python experts and all those other people that are maybe not getting quite as much work as they used to must be affecting their revenue. But that's not what they're saying. They're just becoming leaner and faster. And and OpenAI released a study about how ChatGPT is being used, and apparently it's not being used mainly for AGI or solving climate change. Most people are using it for using it like Google to get in information, or they're using it for work-related, sort of making the boss think they're a bit more productive than what they actually are. And the most everyday practical tasks. In other words, nobody wants to write their own email anymore. And it confirmed that it's the most used engine for cheating on homework. So it's not revolutionising human intelligence. It's just making it easier to fake having any. Yeah, I saw, and NVIDIA as well. We've spoken about NVIDIA a couple of times recently. China's banned purchase all NVIDIA chips.
Well, China.
Yeah, like so they've banned Chinese companies like sort of ByteDance, which owns TikTok, and Alibaba that does Hello. Difficulty pronouncing that word, but and now they've got to and NVIDIA have just designed products especially for the Chinese market, and now they're being ghosted. So it's no one's at home.
Where are they buying them from then, David? Do you know, or are they developing them themselves?
Huawei,
Yeah.
which is not quite as good a chip as NVIDIA, but they've got a roadmap apparently to reduce, put things on a par with NVIDIA within, well, they say within 3 years, but they just build, as we said last time, they've actually just announced they're building a massive factory to do it, and it's going to be up and running by February. You know, if we did it here, it would be years. I suppose the beauty of the Chinese government is that they say we're going to build it there. It's not subject to any sort of public inquiry or anything, you know. It's just
no planning regs in China. It's just the government want that building there, it goes there.
The government says they're building it there, they're building it there. It's
I don't know how they make the AI robot.
Yeah, no, it's just
AI robot.
Yeah, no, the only thing they're banning is the is NVIDIA's chips, because they want I guess they want to concentrate people's minds in China on actually supplying their own, and I suppose it's. But I think people don't realise how fiercely independent China is, because they're still smarting from like 19th century invasions and things, and
Yeah.
They've got a bit of a chip on their shoulder about that.
Yeah.
Hang on, we haven't quite forgotten 1066 yet.
Bastard French came over here in 1066.
Yeah, I want reparations.
Reparations, yeah. So, I mean, I don't think China asked for reparations. You know, I saw some. This is probably going off piece a little bit. But I saw this big fat American black guy eating a massive burger, saying, "I want reparations for slavery."
Yeah, I want reparations for being invaded in 1066.
Yeah.
I wasn't there personally.
Well, the trauma's just carried on through the generations.
Genetic trauma.
If you were there, you would have dropped your coffee on your shield and your sword and stuff.
There you go. That's what happens. Yeah.
Oh dear.
If I was NVIDIA, I would certainly be thinking of removing my main enterprise out of Taiwan.
Yeah, because that's another point. Yeah. The sort of Galaxy AI, with going back to NVIDIA, sort of Galaxy AI said that the timing couldn't be more awkward, because NVIDIA's been printing money faster than the Fed during a crisis. So it's China is a big market. I mean, if you look at China, with I think I said this last time as well, about the actual buying power, they are actually richer than America. You know.
Yeah, all this investment into the UK, I know that NVIDIA are involved in it. I think NVIDIA and OpenAI are doing their own data center in Northumberland or something, which should be pretty darn powerful.
Yeah.
It just means that all the processing power when we request AI stuff will come from the UK rather than America.
Yeah, yeah. I assume they're going to do some deal on the energy costs.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I know. It's very, very strange. I think
want to pay 40p a unit or 50p a unit.
yeah, I think the government have put some incentives their way.
I know, like when Jamie and Matt, they were talking together, I think Matt bought the AI. Is that right, Jamie?
Say that again. Sorry, I've got a lot of background noise in the office.
Well, like when you were talking to Matt, and
Yeah.
then he knew some of the AI, didn't he? He
Yeah,
worked with the AI.
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Matt Carnegie.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't know what software he uses.
I think it was ChatGPT, the pro version. I think he's using.
Oh.
Okay, good. Anyway, sort of Google have launched something called Agent Payments Protocol (AP2), teaching AI how to spend money for you. You know, what could possibly go wrong? Giving a hallucination-prone language model access to your credit card, but it learns how you spend your money. Minimax is being sued as well. I don't know if anybody else uses Halluo, but it's an awesome video creation tool website, and it's relatively inexpensive. You have to pay something, but it's something like $10 a month, and you can produce quite a few videos. And but they've got no if you say create me sort of Darth Vader walking arm in arm with Wonder Woman, it will create Darth Vader and Wonder Woman, and the apparently they've ignored takedown requests, and so they're being sued by Disney, Universal, and Warner Brothers. How far that's going to get, and
Well, if a Chinese company, not very far.
no, exactly. I mean, what are they going to do? And and again last week we spoke about Nano Banana, and people were saying, "Is this the end for Photoshop?" But the answer is no, because Photoshop is making Nano Banana native to its software. So so they're actually incorporating it with their actual Photoshop. So whether people have obviously still got to buy Photoshop, and Nano Banana doesn't do everything that Photoshop does, so it's probably a good move, because it makes things super fast, doesn't it? I don't remember my background. I did that, and on Gemini, I had the steampunk one, and I just said, turn this into a cyberpunk version, and that's what it just did it straight away. It did it with the brown balloon, so I had to go back again and say, make the balloons a nicer colour, blues and pinks. But it does it pretty well, you know, because I think I've got the original. That was my original one, so it's changed it from that. I've got a medieval fantasy one as well, and don't want to mention the C word, but
No.
That's pretty.
it pays to think ahead.
Oh no. Too soon.
You have to do an Easter one so the girls have got bunny ears.
Right, yeah, I'll have them dressed up as Easter bunnies. That'd be good. And another thing we spoke about previous weeks was the robots and the figure robots. And last week I saw a video of one actually doing the dishes. So it's getting there.
Excellent. That's what we want.
Yeah, I saw a robot that got married to a normal human being.
Yeah, yeah. These
I mean,
doing all
why?
the jobs, you know. So it was folding up lawn. It's been doing laundry for a few months now, but now it can do the dishes and a Hoover. Actually, my son's got a Hoover that just comes out when he's not there and goes around and hoovers the house and then parks itself back up and recharges itself. So it's
They are very clever.
and it mops the kitchen floor and it hoovers the carpets. So it's just like a disc that just whizzes around when no one's there. So it's got a little map of the house in its head. It can't go upstairs, so that's the trouble.
It's like a Dalek, isn't it?
You need another one. Yeah.
I suppose you could just carry it upstairs, couldn't you?
Yeah, they'd rather you bought two or for
Yeah, of
upstairs.
course, yeah.
And and they've Amazon Lens was available to some people. They rolled it out to everyone. Do you know Amazon Lens? It's sort of when you go into the Amazon app, you can take a photograph of something. It's got like in the browser bar or the search bar, there's a little, it looks like an Instagram thing with a plus next to it. You click on that and then you just point it towards the thing you want to buy. And like you say, oh, I like that vase. You can point it there and it'll try and find the exact same thing with the in the.
Oh my God, it works. Yeah.
Isn't that like Google Lens though? It's had that for a wee while, haven't
It's
they?
actually brought up my laptop. I just did a photograph of my laptop and it's brought my laptop up.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Play with it now.
So it may, if you see something obviously you like, and then you can find similar things as well. If it hasn't got, it will. It usually, what I find, I've got an Epson printer, so it come up with Epson printers. It did actually come up with this exact model because it's a fairly new printer, but it's if it hasn't got, it'll bring the same brand up, and then it'll bring up different models. So it will give alternatives if they're not there. So it's
But now, like, AI for animals as well.
yeah. What, on Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's going there. Okay, good. Right. I was just not about an hour ago. I found I was just going through. I was watching something on YouTube, and then this other thing came up about. Well, I always thought it said GenSpark, which I knew existed, which it's now called GenSpark, apparently. But it's they've just brought out an AI browser. Before they were kind of doing AI stuff. They were bringing together lots of models under one thing, and there are a few websites that do that. But now they brought out their own browser, and the people that study these things are really excited about it because it's apparently they said it could be the new world leader, but we shall see about that because we've had these things before. But it's got great features on there. It works fast. It gets rid of the adverts. A lot of web companies are pushing back, especially ones that have adverts, because that it comes up with a message. This works better on Chrome. I don't want us to stop. It's got privacy at the center of it, and it's got and it's all about getting rid of the ads. And the great feature, I'm gonna share my screen. I think don't even. Yeah. Okay. Let's. No, I'm not going to share my screen because I've lost my Zoom. I'll just show you the browser because I installed it because you can install AI models on your actual computer. So if you haven't got an internet or you've got crap internet, it'll work without it. Now it's got, obviously they're cut down models, but they're pretty good. It's got it's looking, my Mac is about 5 years old, so there are some things it's not got enough oomph. It will say may run slow, so it's telling me these things here. These are the recommended models you can download. So I could download Quen 3.1, which is a good model, Gemma 3.1, and Gemma 2 is pretty efficient as well. So you can download these. They don't take up that much space. I mean, these are about gigabytes. These are 14 gigabytes, that one, that GPT. one, but there's some of the others are reasonable sizes, and you can actually download 169 different models onto your computer, which is amazing. They've got millions of downloads for each one. Some of them haven't, but there's a lot of them have got a lot of these.
How much space do they take, David? Any idea?
How much?
How much space they take up on a computer?
Yeah, it tells you. It tells you on these, like Gemma 3. Oh no, hang on. Let's go to the recommended. Gemma 3, which is the most popular one, it takes less than a gigabyte.
Okay.
So it's and you got sort of DeepSeek R1 is also quite popular. That is just over a gigabyte.
Do the local models use the AI chip on modern laptops? Because I've got an MPU.
Yeah. Well, if you download GenSpark and then go to the download models, it'll tell you it knows from your computer, from your processors and the models and the memory and the disk space what's going to work well and what isn't. So it's telling me that, some of these ones, which are probably ones I'd pick anyway, I probably wouldn't go for LAM. I probably wouldn't go for these, but there's
We know which one I'd go for.
What, the GPT OS 20B?
Yeah.
Well, your one, you've got a better computer than me. Then you will probably run perfectly well.
Yeah, it's got an MPU built into it, so it's an AI designed neural processor.
Yeah,
which most model APIs have, and they're designed to run AI local models.
Yeah, if you want to give it a go, just go to genspark.ai and that's it.
Yeah, I try that.
You can download the. It seems to work pretty fast. I downloaded it, no problems at all, and it's the only one that complained was it wasn't Notebook. What was it? One of them complained. It was wasn't NotebookLM. It was one of the others. Oh, the I remember it was that was decided to run slow on me. Gamma, that was it. Gamma came up with a pop-up saying, "Hey, this runs better on Chrome," which is weird because Chrome hasn't got. It has got some little pop-ups and things, so maybe it's that's stopping it. But if you're the sort of person that likes to read the Express Online and things, and the Mail Online, I think it is. But if you go on to, I mean, I don't particularly, but I have followed links on there, and it's like your computer's been taken over by Satan, because you suddenly start getting all these masses of pop-ups and things, and these adverts coming up, and every time you scroll down, another load of adverts come up, and it's and apparently it stops all those. So yeah, give that a go. I think it was pretty good. The other one was, I want to show you this as well, because it's the Alibaba Quen. I'm completely. I don't even know if I'm on. I'm on GenSpark again. I thought I was on Chrome. It looks so. It's hard to tell when you're actually looking at these things, and this is looking so much like Gemini or the others now. It's Quen. They've got great. They've updated their image editor. They've got a new. They've got a new model that they released called Quen 3-235B-A22B-2507. They like their snappy names, and there's another one which is I don't know if they're getting the hang of it now, but this one's Quen 3 Max Preview. It's the most powerful language in the Quen series. It says language model, and it says if you look at their website, it says the most powerful language model in the world this week. So they've done they've done tests against others, and as we all know, you don't stay number one for very long in this game. It's because it's almost like a joke, isn't it? This AI stuff, because they keep overtaking each other, but when you're actually the user, I haven't noticed much difference. You know, have you noticed difference with ChatGPT on the normal? I don't know if you use it, Steph. You use.
I tend to ignore which one's better than the others, to be honest. Cause
Yeah, I just stick with my chosen models. I mean, the front end is the same models as the back end with the API. I do find ChatGPT 5 a little bit verbose sometimes, and it tries to pack as many facts as it possibly can into a paragraph. I still prefer 4.1 over 5, but I use 5 as standard. So
Yeah,
4.1 is a bit more mature. So
yeah, I thought it was. I mean, I don't know about the actual facts it's producing, but it seemed friendlier.
yeah.
There have been complaints that the personality has been taken out of ChatGPT. People used to say at 4.1 and 4.5 had a lot of personality, but it's only because they were mature models.
Yeah.
Whereas GPT-5 is supposed to be a lot more to the point and getting on with it. But if you set the parameters, if you say it's friendly and this, that, and the other, then it should still work the way you want it to.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm still producing blog posts with it, and it works fine.
Yeah, because that's the thing about setting it up in the first place to actually do what you want. You save yourself a lot of time. Maybe we'll quickly go over that in a second. So so Quen is outperforming ChatGPT 5, Gemini 2.5, and it probably is, but who cares? So it's but it's free. So it's if you want to, if you're running out of if you use Gemini to produce images and things, and you've run out of quota because you're on the free account, just go over to chat.quen.ai and use that until you run out of quota. I've never run out of quota on Quen, so I don't know if they've got one, but they must have. But I think it's quite generous. But they've got no, as far as I can see, I can't see any paid options. So I suppose that will come later. A bit like NotebookLM, which is what we'll talk about next.
Do you know who developed chat.quen?
Yeah, Alibaba.
Oh, it's Alibaba. Ah.
So it's the it's one of the big two in China. So the
Good old China, give me all your data.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can copy all your stuff with. Once you got it, you got it, in you. So it's.
I always find it funny to think, OpenAI, it's like anything you produce is copyright you. But with all the Chinese stuff, anything you produce belongs to us.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I think there is that to it. So there's the other thing is there's been I know we've covered NotebookLM a few times, but it's I think it's pretty awesome, and it's they're bringing out new stuff all the time. I can't believe it's still free, but it is. So there's so these are GenSpark. This is another one. This is what I just copied a transcript from a GenSpark video from the one I actually watched to start with. It might not be the best one because he's promoting himself in there, but there's they've got some fabulous the audio overviews now. They've got different different things you can choose from, different sort of modules you can choose from. So you can have a deep dive, which is a conversation between two hosts. It's always the same two hosts unless they've changed it. They've got a brief, which is a bite-sized overview to grasp the core is an expert review of your sources. because you can use more than one source. On this particular notebook, I've only got one sort of video, one sort of YouTube link, but you can put in 10 if you want to, and then it will amalgamate all of those, and then you can achieve that. And then this is new as well, which we used to have the deep dive, which was two people talking about this, about your sources. Now they've got a debate, so now they're bringing questions in from not necessarily in the source, but questioning what's actually in there. So I think it's pretty good. It takes a while. So you ask it to generate an audio overview. It says come back in a few minutes. I did one yesterday, and it was took ages, but it was a long document. The other one is flashcards. Does anybody use flashcards? I don't tend to. I mean, I know what they are, but it's people use it for learning more. My method is just keep doing it until I know how to do it. But I mean, there's a flashcard. It's like a small digital or physical card. People use yellow stickies. I've seen people use yellow stickies. That's got information on both sides. It's usually it's a study aid to help with sort of memorization. So on one side of the card, it usually features a prompt, and then like a question or a term, and on the other side, it's got the answer or the corresponding answer or definition to your question. So it is. I suppose they're good. I mean, I used to use them when I was a kid. I mean, my mum used to make them, and it was like it's just to help you with the recall, but they've got you can create your own flashcards, obviously electronic flashcards on the screen. So it tells you here. But if you use flashcards, it's worth doing it. I've seen a YouTube video I watched, which is the one this is covering, is fairly comprehensive with the flashcards, and it looks really good because it's quite customizable with the I know it looks like there's only 3, but there's quite easy, medium, and hard. That's pretty. I think that's pretty good. And you can have quiz as well, which will it's an interactive quiz based on your sources. See how well you've learnt it, so you can learn stuff as you go along. So I know Andy uses NotebookLM, but does anyone else use it? It's pretty good. I suppose the argument would be that you can use ChatGPT to bring in a YouTube video and then query it, but the notebook stays there all the time. It's easy to access, and you can bring in lots of different sources. It's really good. Say if you're doing, say if you're a researcher and you want to pull in a load of PubMed documents, you can pull in loads of research documents from PubMed, for instance, and then create a blog, or you can just say create a 800-word blog based on these sources, or give it a particular topic, or you can be quite comprehensive. It seems to work better with documents, to be honest. Web pages, unless the web page is really well structured with proper titles and things, which a lot are not. So if it's broken down properly into sections with titles, it seems to work better when it's got a better frame of reference. So you usually find with PDFs and things where they've got a frame of reference, it's got like proper titles and things, it works a lot better. So I've used it for I think I said before, I've got like 1,000-page book written in the 1800s, and it's on a topic I was interested in. Impossible to read because it's all written in Victorian, which not impossible to read, but it's really difficult to read. So you can just query it using NotebookLM. It's quite happy that it's 1,000 pages. Don't worry about that. And it's
interesting to see what it makes of Chaucer.
Yeah, yeah. Upload the original Chaucer. But you can say things like with the 1800, can you rewrite this chapter or these pages in modern English? And it will just do that, you know. Or extract from this one chapter, just create an 800-page blog in modern English for this, and it will just do it, and really quickly as well. So it's I think it's an impressive. It's one of the things I do use quite a lot.
How do you get the source onto the model to interpret? Like if you had a Chaucer manuscript,
Well,
would you have to scan it or
yeah,
PDF it or something?
if you go to archive.org, if I think Chaucer was written long enough ago that it's
Yeah.
to be available on there. There are lots of books, like if it's more than, depending on what it is, but if it's over 100 years old, definitely.
Yeah,
Sometimes over 50, sometimes over 30, they're released onto archive.org, and you can just download the PDF, or you can just get the text version and paste it in if you want. So it's PubMed are freely downloadable. They're all downloadable if you're interested in sort of medical issues and things. You know, because there are lots of people studying, like they're studying diabetes, or they're studying that they might want to say people with diabetes with another condition. You know, and a lot of research now, a lot of stories in newspapers, sometimes mistakenly, because they're using correlation rather than causation, but they can match things up. You know, you got to be careful, because you come up with, you know, brain farts like people who ice cream are more likely to get skin cancer. You know, and there's which is what happens, because people living in sunny climates eat more ice cream, also get more skin cancer. So it's correlation, not causation. But there's so newspapers are especially bad at that. So they go there. So yeah. So like I said, there's probably it is great for pulling in lots of sources.
Vinda, he keeps doing that. He keeps dropping out of meetings.
Yeah. I don't know why that was. Well, yeah, he's been a few times, and perhaps he gets bored. Perhaps he's got a short attention span. I've terrible trouble understanding him, but there's it's sort of Jamie's wearing cans, so he seems to understand a bit better than us. So it's
I mean, good on him though. I mean, he's obviously got a number of medical issues, and well done for building his business. You know.
Yeah, because especially his chosen career path, which is doing webinars. That would seem especially challenging, you know. So it's
yeah, and networking in a different country as well. It's just like he's a very brave guy.
Yeah.
Is he from another country then?
He's in Malaysia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's trying to run a business in the UK. So there's a whole stack of things against him.
Yeah. Good
You
on
know,
him.
and I quite admire him. I mean, I have a real problem understanding him,
Me
but I
too.
certainly admire him for what he's trying to do.
Good to have a challenge, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And he's but he writes really well, you know. I mean, obviously, he might be using AI, but it doesn't. It looks really professional. It doesn't look AI. So he's not. He's a clever guy. He's just unfortunately he's got a speech. Got his speech impediment. I don't know, it's a hair lip or something like it. So, but his brain works okay. Just communication. So it's
Anyway,
back to the thing. Is there anyone found anything out this week? Anything awesome? No,
not really. I wrote a blog post about all this investment that's coming into the UK and how it could work, but it could also just be a complete white elephant. So go and have a look at steffilewis.com.
Okay.
My latest blog post on there, or I put it on LinkedIn. So if you could look at the share and click through, that'd be quite cool.
Because it could take years, couldn't it? All that investment.
Yeah, the trumpeting about 150 billion, but if it just goes into a black hole and they build one data center and it's fully automated, and they're talking about 5,000 high-paying jobs. Yeah, but that's going to take years to resolve because you've got to train people up and everything. It's a lot of it's typical government propaganda.
Yeah. 150 billion dollars or pounds over 150 years or something.
Yeah, exactly. I like the idea. I mean, Microsoft has said that they're going to build a supercomputer at one of the Essex universities. There's a couple of data centers coming up up north, so that will hopefully. But it's not going to create jobs except building them. Once they're built, they're fully automated. You've got about 5 people working in them, so it's not an all singing, all dancing solution, but it might help growth if we've got better access to AI models in the UK.
Yeah.
How do you think that sort of stands with the loss of Merck and AstraZeneca, though? Is that what two?
Well, there you go. I mean, they've said that the pharma companies were pulling out the UK because it's just not investment friendly.
Yeah.
So we may have lost 150 billion in pharma investment and gained it in AI investment. So
Sure.
they probably balance themselves out.
Yeah.
Okay. There's if we go to ChatGPT, I think most people would probably know this, but I'm going to do it anyway because sometimes the things that you think everyone knows. And I'm on GenSpark again. I'm sort of flitting from Chrome and GenSpark, but I'll see if everything works on GenSpark first, and then I might switch. It moved across all my bookmarks, and straight away, it asked me, but it moved them all across, no problem at all, and it's also it's supposed to move. I think it moves the passwords across as well. I'm sure I tick that box, but what we were talking about, what Steffi was talking about, is it's personalization, isn't it? So you can enable personalization. You can change. Sorry, if you click down the bottom here, you can on ChatGPT, you can go into your settings and personalization. So you've got these personalities that you can give to ChatGPT. Default is cheerful and adaptive. The cynical is critical and sarcastic.
Mine's humorous and sarcastic. That's what I've got mine set to. I'll put it in as a custom instruction.
Oh, right. Okay. You've got robot, efficient and blunt. Listener, thoughtful and supportive. Yeah, you're right.
I also have a custom instruction called "Don't be a sycophant."
Yeah. Okay.
That's another blog post from last week.
It can be annoying when it agrees with everything you say.
Yeah, well, that was. I mean, do you remember the case of the kid who committed suicide in California?
Yeah.
It's because ChatGPT agrees with everything you say.
Yeah.
And even South Park have picked up on that in an episode as well. So one of my custom instructions is, don't be a sycophant. If you think I'm making a mistake, call me out on it.
Yeah.
And it does. I would also say, don't ask follow-up questions. Just give me the answer and stop.
Yeah. That's right. So, nerd, I like that. Exploratory and enthusiastic about stuff that don't work. So, I've got a default. I don't know. I didn't know I had default.
I'd use cynic, to be honest.
I might change it to cynic just for now. The custom instructions, you can put in your personality type if you want. If you go to Jamie and Jazz, I don't know if you went around when we did that. There's a website called 16personalities.com, and you can, if you go there, it'll give you your personality type, your Myers-Briggs personality type. Mine's INFJ, and then you can then ask it to write a blog post with bearing that in mind, and it'll be scarily like the way you would have written it. So it's so it'll make it a bit more personal. I've got other ones in here in the different styles. So Paul M. Cooper is a historian and writer. I like the way he presents, so I've done that. Douglas Adams, witty, quirky, and Tony Robbins, motivational and empowering. Now, I can't remember even setting this up, so I must have done it right at the beginning. So I think, but you've got these other things you can click on that are preset, or you can do what Steffi just said, and you can key in your custom instructions. You can key in your own where you want it to be. So
you can add instructions from a chat. You could actually say, in future, remember that I like humor and sarcasm in conversations, and it'll update its own memory.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a section in here somewhere called memory, and there's loads of things about you that it's picked up on, that it's put into the memory, and you can actually change that and tell it to, don't be a sycophant, that sort of thing. I think it's in the general tab, maybe.
Okay, let's have a look.
Oh no, there it is. Memory, manage. Click on manage.
Okay.
And then it'll.
That's because.
Yeah. So if you click on manage, it'll show you everything it's picked up about you.
You're out of space. Okay, these are. Okay, so I could delete some of these.
Yeah.
Because my Copper's Knob one is.
You can actually delete a lot of those.
Yeah, a lot of them are crap.
Mm.
So, but then within, I was keeping the Copper's Knob chat, but I've moved that over to. I exported it and put it into Gemini because I'm paying for Gemini, so I've got more space.
Yeah.
So I can.
So like there, it says is using 20i for domain hosting, etc. That's actually really useful because if you talk about DNS, it will note that it was 20i and refer you to that.
Yeah.
But I've got things like, is a coder, uses IIS, ASP Classic, loves cats, that sort of thing, and it throws that information into the conversations it has with you.
Yeah. I wish it had like a keep button and then delete the rest. That would be.
Yeah, no, you got to go through them individually, unfortunately.
Yeah. Recent switch the paid version of ChatGPT has a Canva subscription. All right. So okay. So things I tell it during a conversation, it'll.
And it remembers it. So what it says is it goes update. It just says updating memory. So it's found a snippet about you that it thinks I should keep hold of that, like uses 20i or just upgraded ChatGPT plus that sort of thing. And then it'll just say updating memory, and that's what it's doing. It's updating here. But it does remember a lot of crap, and I go through it occasionally, and I actually remove things that I think are irrelevant to my conversations.
Yeah.
Especially now that you can tell it to use all previous conversations when it's building answers and stuff.
Yeah. Because you can tell it not to remember anything, can't you? You can do a private thing, so it's that's all good. Okay, I'll some of this is relevant. Oxygen builder, great, right? I've done that now. So there's whether I'll ever use Oxygen builder again, I don't know. But I put I don't know if people know what Oxygen is. I don't know if people know what Elementor is, but there's a way of building WordPress sites using page builders, and there are lots of different page builders. There's a native one to WordPress. One of them is called Oxygen. It's a really good system, but it's not that well used. Not many people have got it, so because you can't use a free version of it, you have to buy it. So, but I learned so much doing that website. I put myself as an Oxygen expert on my on my website. So no one's ever contacted me about those. It would take me quite a long time to delete.
Yeah, it will. It will take you a while.
Yeah. So archive all chats. What does that mean even? Okay. If you archive a chat, what does it do? Does it?
No idea.
No.
Haven't tried it.
No. I assume it takes it off of this list on the left, but you can still access it in some way.
Well, it might create an archive section at the top. So.
Yeah, because you can back up your chats and your I don't know if you can on the free on the free version, but there's but yeah, so they have something called projects. So you used to be able to just export you used to be able to export a particular project. It used to export everything within it, because I have known it lose things. So I thought I had a chat that I wanted it to remember, and it forgot it. So yeah, so I think if you're setting up ChatGPT beforehand is quite a useful thing to do. So and it's the same. It's the same with Gemini as well. If you use Gemini, it's got exactly this. The interfaces are kind of growing to look like each other, you know. So it's and the same as I just showed you, Quinn. That's looking more and more like ChatGPT as well. So they will probably say it's a progression to something that's user friendly, you know, that naturally happens. But I'm sure they've got one eye open on each other, thinking about what's going on here. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to stop the recording.